So guys, this is Welcome to Bloxburg. Welcome to Bloxburg is basically a fun role-playing game where you could build a house, work a job, role-play a family, basically kind of do whatever you want. Except that's not always the case anymore, because this video is all about the fall of Welcome to Bloxburg. Alright, so let's first start out with the description. The first, it says, welcome to the town of Bloxburg, where you can be anything you want to be. Okay, so already off the bat, that's not true. It's because you can't be anything you want to be. Like, you can't be a tree in this game. But, I mean, we'll let that slide because that's pretty general. Alright, so now we have, you can build and decorate or buy the house of your dreams. Okay, so that's the word buy the house. I don't ever recall being able to buy houses in Bloxburg. It's always been building, but we'll see about that. Alright, so here we are. You can actually buy pre-built houses, but like for insane costs. Like, look at this one right here for $160,000. The cheapest one being $7,500. And you start off the game with only $10,000. So this is the cheapest home and the only home you can buy in the beginning of the game without constant grinding. But you might think, well, just get the highest paying job. Well, you can't exactly do that anymore, and I'll explain later in the video. Alright, so here we are in the Bloxburg build mode. Now, the game said you could build the house of your dreams. Now that is true. See, we can't actually build the house of our dreams, I guess you could say. We can basically put anything everywhere. But again, you have to work for every single piece of material that you put, as the items in this game are extremely expensive, and there's really only few ways to earn money in this game. Alright, so the next part in the description says, customize your character with outfits and roles. Now, a new player might be confused how you even customize your character, and honestly, I was too before I figured out that you actually could in the game, but the game makes it extremely unclear how to change your character or what you can look like. Alright, so I'm in build mode in the decorate tab, and honestly, I don't really see any of these categories that would ever fit changing your character. These are all just like furniture items, but let's go into appliances. And yeah, not even here, like, because we all know that you cannot change your character with this broken stove right here. But I actually did figure out by this locker right here is where you could customize your character. See, and yeah, it kind of just makes you look really weird. And yeah, you can't really change. I don't really know how you would change your actual clothing. Oh, yep, here it is. And of course, everything here costs a bunch of money. So yeah, this is kind of annoying, and it's honestly not really worth it, as I would never want to pay $300 for a flat cap. Now, if we scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can actually see the most expensive outfit for $11,000. This rich hat, and honestly, it is not worth it at all. And so if you're coming in with an avatar already, this game actually erases your t-shirt. So if you had a t-shirt on that goes on with your avatar, it is unfortunately erased, and you can't actually use it in this game. Now, the next one is roleplay with friends using interactive items and emotes. So keyword roleplay. I don't ever recall seeing people roleplay in this game, as most people are just building in this game. And this game has kind of fallen off to not be much of a roleplay game anymore, more of just a build your own house game. Because you see, people will build a house, and they'll keep building and expanding on it, and once they're done with their house, they just leave the game and never really play it again. But we'll join a few servers and just see how many role players we can actually find. Okay, so we first enter right here, Riverside Estates. Now, if we look around, here's one person right here, but of course they're an NPC, not even real. And no one is even living over here. There's not a single person that even lives here, except, of course, my house right here. But, I mean, hey, maybe they're just on the other side of town, and that's where all the role players are. Alright, and here we are at Bloxy Acres. So, let's see. Here is the first area right here, and yep, this player right here is just AFK. Not really moving, just AFK here. Okay, so that's fine though. It's only one person. And then anyone here? Is anyone in this house? Nope. Don't really see anyone. It's moving on. Then right here, this person is just in build mode. And no one is in this house. But we haven't explored it all yet, so maybe there's still hope. And then here we are at the last house. We'll see if anyone lives here. There's any role players. Yeah, I don't really see anyone in this house either. So for our first server, there were 0 people doing a roleplay. Okay, so our next part in the description says, choose a job and earn money, rewards as you work. So here's how jobs work. Basically, you do a task and you get a little bit of money. Pretty simple, right? And so as you know, like most people, if they're just starting out in the game, they would pick like the highest paying job just so they can get out some starter money, then later doing other jobs for better roleplay. Except with Bloxburg's new update, all jobs pay the same no matter the difficulty. So there are some jobs that are super easy and extremely difficult. Let me show you. Okay, so our first job right here is the miner. Let's see, so we just have to mine. Okay. Cool. Alright. So yeah, okay, so you kind of understand how to do this job. We just hit the rocks and that's kind of it. Get like $4 for each one. And now let's check out another job. Alright, yeah, so in total we made about around $30 for all that work. And our next job here is the fisherman. Let's see how we can do with this one. So, first, I don't even know, where do we fish? Do we just fish? Oh, there we go, cast. Okay. Alright, so our fish is in the water. Alright then. So yeah, that's kind of the fishing mini game for you. Yeah, as you can see, this one is definitely harder as it takes a lot more time to get fish. As you know, I sped it up for you guys so you guys didn't have to sit through all that. But yeah, that's kind of the fishing mini game. Yep, and we got about the same amount of pay. So, yep, in total, kind of a scam. Alright, so our next one is select one of many vehicles and drive around town. Let's see about that. Let's see if you can just select one of many vehicles. Okay, so the game claims that you can just pick any car and drive around town. And let's see about that. So if we head over into build mode, go to decorate, go to the vehicle section, here are some vehicles we can actually choose from. Now there's some over here that these all cost Robux. I'll get into Bloxburg in a second. But over here, here's all the free-to-play cars. Now, these cars are just as expensive as the houses, if not more. And honestly, they're not very great. As you can see, you need 3,000 for a bike, but here we go. We'll get the cheapest one, just put it like right here. And yeah, let's just see. Let's try it out. And okay, we're too old. So it gives you this message saying we have to interact with the wardrobe or dresser and change our in-game age. But to the new player, that might just be really confusing. And now they just lost some money on a bike. But since we can change, let's do that and let's just change. Okay, so now we'll be a toddler. There we go. Okay. So yep, now we're a toddler. And first off, we are really slow, mind you. Alright, so yeah, now let's try this out. Alright, yeah. And yep, so I guess, yeah, you can drive around town. But this car is extremely slow, and it doesn't even really matter because as a kid, you can't even work. So this makes this car kind of useless, but that's fine because we can just delete it and just get our money back, right? Alright, so now we're in build mode. Here's the Alright, it's here, it's just not loading in. There we go. Okay, let's sell it. And we got like a lot of our money lost. And we didn't even know that you wouldn't even be able to use it. Now just losing out on almost $600. And you can't even use it. In our last one, level up your skills such as cooking and unlocking exciting content. Now, here's the thing with these skills, they're kind of pointless. They don't really give you money. If anything, most of the time you're paying to level up these skills. I'm not even going to go into full detail about this because there's not really much to say about it, but you just have to pay to level up. That's kind of how it works. And these levels don't really get you anything, so they're kind of just a scam too. Alright, so now that we've covered all of that, let's talk about how many people actually have access to this game. Because if you're just the average Roblox player, you know this game is not free to play. You might be asking, well, I just went over so many different options you can play this game and you don't have to pay Robux. Except there's one thing. This game costs 25 Robux to play. Now, that might not seem like a lot, but it actually is. Because, as you know, some people just, there's lots of kids on Roblox, and their parents just won't let them have Robux. Or maybe just, you're just afraid of buying Robux, just for whatever reason. And you just don't have access to this game now. Now, you might think 25 Robux is not really a lot. It's under $1. Except to buy Robux, you have to pay, at least $1 to actually get Robux, and it's honestly so much more complicated than it needs to be. And let's not talk about that there's so many other in-game purchases in this game, as most items in this game are actually limited to a Robux money currency that they have, Bloxburg, which is honestly such a scam. You can get 20 of it if you log in every single day, and 20 can barely get you anything. Now let's actually talk about the game passes here. These game passes are also such a scam. Now, I've heard multiple people just saying that these are honestly not worth it. The excellent employee does not really help you at all. Premium gives you barely anything. Multiple floors. Honestly, if you buy this, you still have to pay for all the floors, and they're really expensive. Advanced placing, same thing. You don't really need this at all because unless you're an insane builder, but if you're a role player, that's completely useless to you. Large plots just have, again, bigger house, more building. And basements, even more building. Marvelous mood just keeps your moods up, even though they're really not that hard to keep up. And transform plus, you can make things bigger or smaller. Don't really know why you would need that. But let's take a look at some of these. 5 of these game passes are all just for building. But I thought this was a roleplay game. Shouldn't they be encouraging roleplay? No, they're actually not. Now, I'd actually give credit to the creators of this game now, because this is actually a very smart idea, as they take advantage of the fact that most of the people in this game are builders, not roleplayers. So if they make a bunch of building game passes, they will make a lot of profit. But yeah, guys, so that's Welcome to Bloxburg for you guys. This was the fall of Welcome to Bloxburg, as once a really exciting game that a lot of people loved, just a boring cash grab game. But if you did enjoy today's video, please hit that like button below to support my kind of content. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.